Hello, folks. This is Delroy Young. I'm here to talk with you about the FLIP program, the Family Life Improvement Program. And this is going to be a program that we're going to want everybody to take. You will need to take your time when you go through this program. You don't read, but study here. This is because everything you will read, you're going to be hearing this for the first time. If you see me start a subject that did not finish, and did not finish it straightforward, but brings in another subject matter instead, this is because, there are things that you need to know first before you can enter into that part of the subject. So just follow on and read. This is not a Kool-Aid program. This is not Kool-Aid stuff. You don't drink it. It's like a cup of tea that you sip. So sip it patiently and enjoy it. This is how that when you're going to break down everything, you're going to break through everything slowly and patiently so that you get the understanding of what we're trying to do. It's like this one composite thing. And you look at this composite thing and you wonder, how did this come about? How did we put this together? How did they put this together? And in order for you to get the understanding of it, you have to break it out, break it down, slowly break it down part apart and dissect it, dissect the matter. I come from a point of view of computer programming. When I was called to do this work, I was a computer programmer, still is a computer programmer. So our approach to solving problem, we have a white sheet of paper, and we have to write all the codes on the white sheet of paper to make it make sense. Therefore, our arguments have to be logical, everything have to be connected. You cannot make a call to something that did not exist. So in order for you to call a function, you have to first write the function, and then you call the function later on. And this is the same way it is when you're dissecting human problems. When you're having problems in the family, how did this all started? And where did this started? When you have like an untimely death situation, what causes the untimely death situation? How did this all started? Because you have to be able to know where the problem comes from before you can solve it. And once you have the ability to know where the problem comes from, you can always see a problem that is about to occur and solve that problem before it occurs. Now, an untimely death is called an untimely death because it can be prevented. It is you have a person that is scheduled to die before your time. That means it was not the time yet for them to die. It's an untimely death. So because it is an untimely death, it can be solved and it can be prevented. So we're going to show you how to read these signs, how to shift these curses that is occurring in your life, these things that you're doing that needs to change, how to get everything back on track. So that is just one situation, as good as it sounds. We're talking also about marital fidelity. What is that? We are also going to be covering the curse of rebelliousness within the marriage and how that affects the marriage. We talk also about sicknesses. How does these sicknesses come about in your life? And the first thing to know here, and the only thing I'm going to say about sicknesses is that please understand that a disease is a demonic spirit. It's a manifestation of a demonic spirit. Whether it's going to affect you in the spirit because you have spiritual disease, or whether it's going to affect you in the mind because you have mental disease, or whether it's going to affect you in the body because you have physical disease, which is the most common form of disease. It is all a disease and it is all a demonic spirit. So how do you understand these things and how they work and try to avoid them? If you're already sick, or if you have a family member that is already sick, being affected with a disease, how do you curb this? How do you fix this disease? How do you remove this curse from the person's life so that the disease can be removed? Because anytime you remove what causes the problem, then there is no problem there. Because what causes the problem has to be there to sustain the problem. So then when you solve the cause, you don't have the case anymore. So everything in life can be solved. It doesn't matter what the problem is and how mountainous it seems. Like you can climb or that you can't fix these things. You can fix these things. Anything that is going on in your life. I had a lady who called me yesterday, and she tells me that she's been having a lot of problems in her life because she have her all her children are adult children. I'm not going to tell you the ages,